Okay, listen, relax, everyone. Everyone needs to take a step back, slow down. The world is still turning, liberals. America is still the greatest country on earth, no matter how hard you try to screw that up. And this Roe v. Wade story isn't going to change any of that. But I know what you're up to, lefties. I see you coming a mile away, so chill out, liberals. It's not going to work. The left is up in arms demanding protest. The left is unhinged right now, calling for violence. Like this one. I say we burn it down, this guy says. And this one from a former Obama White House member, Brian Fallon, hailing the leaker as a hero. And what about this one from our not good friend, loser Keith Olbermann? Quote, the court is destroying American democracy, so screw it, let's burn this place down. Great. Good job, Keith. What if someone on the left, on the right, said it about someone on the left? There was a leak at the Supreme Court, so yes, and it appears the High Court is ready to overturn the 50-year-old ruling that has become the, quote, ultimate cultural wedge in America. There is likely no more divisive issue than abortion in America. And if the decision stands as leaked, Roe v. Wade will be upended. But here's where the left wants to spin this narrative their way. If Roe goes away, abortion doesn't become illegal. Abortion doesn't get banned in America. It simply means states will have the right to decide what its citizenry wants and prefers. As it stands now, there are 24 states where there is no restrictions on abortions, none, zero whatsoever. California, New York, Illinois, three of the most populated states in America. So along with Cali, New York, and Illinois, there are another 21 states that have no restrictions, none, zero. And will not have any the day after the ruling comes down, if it comes down that way, none. On the other side, currently there are 21 states that have restrictions on abortions. It's almost evenly divided in America. So guess what, freaked out liberals? It's very likely access to abortions will not change one bit no matter what the Supreme Court decides in any of the states. What will change is the politics. Like usual, politics in America overwhelms the issues. And that's a sad commentary on how divided we are as a people. The founders somehow saw these issues coming 240 plus years ago and decided that these issues should be decided on a state-by-state basis. That's why we're called, wait for it, a constitutional republic, where states decide independent of the federal government what's best for their own state's populations. Look no further than the federal ban on marijuana. It's still a crime at the federal level to possess marijuana. States saw the demand of their citizens, and 37 states have either decriminalized weed or legalized it completely. And guess what? It's still illegal federally. Abortion will likely go to the same route. The feds will not decriminalize abortions, and the states will do what they want to do with it. Legalize it, decriminalize it, or ban it. Up to them individually, the way it should be. I'll leave it to the activists on both sides to argue the merits of the federal government getting involved in the criminality of abortions. As a libertarian, I applaud the court for seeing the vision of the founders that this is a state issue, not a federal issue. Now do marijuana, justices. I'm far more concerned with the court leak theory. Leaks at this level are deadly to the republic. There has been one area in our government that has been relatively free of political persuasion, and that has been the Supreme Court. There's been a trust, a bond between the High Court and the American people. It's sacred, but the bond has preceded politics. But no longer, unfortunately, a liberal activist inside the court has broken that trust, and the left is actually siding with a criminal lawbreaker.
Well, you know, if this decision holds, it's really quite a radical decision.
So he's talking about the decision that was leaked. And, you know, I thought the Biden administration said they don't deal with leaks. It was always the case. It wasn't always the case. The Biden administration applauded leakers in the past. Right, Jen Psaki?
We're not going to comment on leaked tapes.
Oh, except the president just did. Oh, again, right, Jen Psaki bomb?
Well, I'm not going to get into private diplomatic conversations or leaked transcripts of phone calls.
Got it. So when it appeases you, when it serves your purpose, you comment, and when you don't, you go, we're not going to comment. No comment. Circle back. So the left, doing what they do, they change the rules when it suits them. They change the rules when they're losing. To borrow a worn-out metaphor, the left is moving the goalposts again because they're losing. They're so predictable and lame. No shocker there, folks. The left is getting crushed. The midterms look like a bloodbath for the Democrats. Biden's poll numbers are tanking at the absolute worst time for the Democrats. Look at those numbers. And so what do? They find an unscrupulous tool, some useful idiot, some diehard leftist, to leak a decision that would grab the headlines across cable news shows, a headline that will undoubtedly be spread across every single newspaper in America for the next X amount of days or weeks. The left will do what it takes to keep this story on top of the fold on every news website in the World Wide Webverse. Watch. I bet CNN and MSNBC hail this criminal leaker as some sort of hero. I bet the ladies of The View will hold this scoundrel who undermined the sanctity of the Supreme Court as some sort of underdog hero for leaking a decision that wasn't supposed to come down until June, when most of the big decisions are released together. By the way, for those who are still wondering which side of the aisle this leaker resides, isn't it funny that only the conservative Justice Alito's opinion was leaked and not the liberals? Well, as we say at the poker table in Vegas, the leaker has a tick that exposed his or her identity. Not personal identity, but our leaker has self-identified as a liberal. I mean, let's be honest. These liberals were so clearly searching for something to change the narrative of the Obama-Biden failures. I said it right, Obama-Biden failures. Enter the wedge issue as divided, as heated as abortion is. Leak a high court justice potential opinion, and voila. You have the leftist media sprinting towards the new shiny object, more relevant to the left than who can get a federally funded abortion, because everyone who wants one will still have access to a federally funded abortion, I trust. More important to the left than that decision is the opportunity to deflect the American people's attention away from the real problems facing America, namely massively high gas prices, food becoming unaffordable to middle-class households, the Democrat-sponsored crime wave overrunning our streets across the country, and last but not least, the southern border, which is about to be overrun with scoundrels invading our country, illegally stealing a piece of the American pie, again, never paying federal income taxes. Once they get here, these are the issues that affect all Americans. These are the issues that show how Democrats and Biden are failing us.